And we're at Gold Coast Armour 600. Earlier on this morning, if you were listening, you would have heard Michelle interviewing a lot of the V8 supercar drivers. She was sacked after asking them, what do you do again? And not knowing people's names.
How fast does the bike
Steve
go?
Johnson. Yeah, 4 wheels. So then we got Steve Johnson yesterday, and thank God he knows what he's doing, and he asked Bathurst winner Nick Percat about his superstitions.
Before any race, do you have a ritual?
Not so much. I kind of always make sure my helmet's clean. That's about one thing. Give it a bit of a polish, and it's actually the helmet on my head, not anything else you're thinking about. So that's what I used to do. It's not so much anymore though.
What about pet hate on the track? Do you have any pet hates on the track?
Blocking. What the hell's a go with that? Phillip Island side of pit lane, and the guy I'm battling for last is blocking me on lap 2 of however many laps that was, and I was just like, is this the World Championships here or what?
You're battling for 2 points.
Yeah, exactly. So it was, that's probably the most annoying bit, and I don't know, once you get to the front again, it was all good.
What's your best sledge?
I'm not going to give away my sledges.
Is there a lot of exclamation marks and question marks and at symbols in that?
Yeah, I think so.
If there was a movie made after you, who would you get to portray you in the movie?
It's hard to go past, like Tom Cruise, Days of Thunder and all that, but I think he'd be a bit old by then. So, I don't know. It's interesting, not sure.
What about Ricky Bobby?
Yeah, Ricky Bobby, that'll work. I did actually quote him the other day, apparently.
What's your most hated road rule? Is it speed limits?
Yeah, it could be speed limits, but it depends how... I know what you're like, but I kind of just blaze around and do my own thing. I don't think I'm not a fan of is people in the right going slow in the fast lane.
All right, what about, out of all the 28 drivers, who would you like to be for a day?
I think JC lives the dream a bit. I wouldn't mind being him. Lives in Gold Coast, just flies down to the team when he wants. That'd be the go.
You actually inherit 2 kids if you do that.
That is true, but he seems to just go for a ride or something for half a day.
yeah, just drop him with Karis and away he goes. I've got some quick fire questions here. Whatever first pops into your head. The superpower I would like is?
Not knowing people's thoughts.
Okay. Gold Coast women?
Yeah, well, what can you say?
Tidy?
Yeah, well, we could say tidy.
Zoo magazine?
I'm in there wearing a diaper.
And that wasn't set up for you. That was just a random question that I had down. Boxers or briefs?
What am I? I'm running the...
Or commando?
Not commando. I'm running the... Is it the... Must be boxers. Boxers. I think they're the boxers.
In the shower, I like to...
have a good old bit of a sing. I kind of write on the fog in the window so I remember my ideas.
Strip clubs.
Strip clubs. Never go to them. What are you talking about? I know who listens to this radio station in this state.
All right, mate. Thanks for that. We're in for the lunch. We've got to go and see some of the punters. But thanks for spending time and making sure that everyone out there knows a bit more about Nick Percat.
Excellent. Thanks, mate.
And the man himself is here on the couch with us, Steve Johnson. Fantastic interview with Nick Percat.
Great job.
Yeah,
well done, buddy. Mate,
Yeah.
If you ever, fall out of racing, you know where you can go.
Yeah, I know. I did get lumped with it quite early, so and at last minute, but it was good fun, and I'm sure that there's a few more coming up, which I'm sure everyone's going to enjoy. They're pretty funny.
Just bear in mind, if you take that job up, I will lose one. So
I'm not wearing those shoes though. Those high heels that you got on.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, how did your car? It was burned out at Bathurst. How did it pull up for today?
Yeah, just a little bit of polish, mate. It was fine.
Is it still existing?
Yeah, it's actually here this weekend. The boys did an awesome job.
Has it got that smoky smell when you get in?
It reminds me when I get home and I just put a bit of smoky barbecue sauce on my steak, It's actually quite good. I reckon I'm going to drive fast this weekend.
Well, you guys don't let a car go, and of course, you grew up in racing. Your father was a racing legend. How many cars did you guys have, like, sitting in the front yard, up on blocks? Did you have one of those houses? Just 18 shells of cars everywhere?
Dad actually didn't have too many because they didn't have enough money to have spare cars, but I had a few plastic pedal cars that were up on blocks and with no wheels on them.
Practicing.
Yeah, sitting in the garden, so...
Did you ever do go-karts? Does everyone do go-karts? It eventually goes into some form of motor racing?
Yeah, I did go-karts. I started when I was 6, and by the time I was 8, I was too big for them, so I just got out of them.
You're a tall man.
Yeah,
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4". I'm actually the same height as Garth, but I'm just twice the width.
Did you ever think
in all aspects.
Did you ever think of...
What are you... Get your mind out of the gutter, Michelle. I was being serious. I was talking about my legs.
Forgotten my question. No.
But yes, I am quite tall. I'll take over from here.
Indeed. Thank you. See, interviewing skills, he's good, he's diverse.
It's almost like the police academy where you've actually got to just rip the front seat out and sit in the back, you know, high tower. That's me. And then when my teammate Dirk gets in the car, it's put the front seat back in and he jumps in.
Mate, what car? You got a Ford. What do you got at home? Ford.
I've got a like a Typhoon, XR6 Typhoon or whatever you call it.
So I just asked JC what car he could drive. Okay, you got
F6,
your garage.
sorry, F6 Typhoon.
Your garage is already full of Fords. What car do you buy? Money's not an object. What's your favourite car in the world?
I'd love a Go-Go-mobile.
Oh, you would
seriously? I would love a Go-Go. Imagine that. That'd be cool to drive around the Gold Coast in.
Awesome.
You'd be like Mr. Bean or something.
Knees up to his ears.
I wouldn't get booked in it, that's for sure.
That's for sure. Well, Steve Johnson, thanks you so much for joining us. Jim Bean Racing, how do you think you're going to go? Of course you're going to back yourself, but who's your competition?
Oh, you know, I mean, you just look at last year and it was just random, you know. Stone Brothers, 888, HRT going to be fast, so it's going to be pretty tough. It's going to be hot, and we're all on soft tyres this weekend too, which we weren't on last year. So who knows? Our car seems to suit soft tyres better, so hopefully we'll be a bit further up the grid this weekend.
That's what I thought. I was like, they need to go with the soft tyres.
Yeah, I thought you said that.
Yep. I'll drop down to the pits later on and just, you need a pep talk.
Bit of an engineer?
Oh, yeah, I'll have a look under the bonnet, see that it's all good, and we'll let you go from there.
That'd be great.
Steve, thanks so much for joining us here on the grill today.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck for the weekend. Sounds like the cars are back on the track.
They've started up.
You're with the grill team, 104.5 Triple M.